Hey guys, ArkhIce here, and today I want to talk about the potential global shaft that you more than likely haven't actually heard of, right? Haven't heard people talk about, because I haven't seen people talk about it. I haven't seen videos about it. So I myself just want to make a video about it and talk about it and everything, right? But before we jump into this, make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet, and turn on that notification bell if you get notified when I upload. I also want to say that in the next day or two, I will make a 100 sub special. I already have what I want to do and everything, but you're going to have to wait to see it in that video. Now then, let's get to the start of this. So, Final Boss reruns, right? If Global decides to do these legend ones, we more than likely won't be getting all the reruns gems. And there's been roughly, I think like 7 to 10, somewhere around there, reruns we haven't gotten in Global. Somewhere in that range, right? So it's anywhere from like 200 to 300 gems that we're missing from reruns, right? For gem wise, right? And of course, all the other awards you would get, you know, the anvils, the hammers, the UR stones, everything else. But basically anything that's in scoring is what we're missing, right? Not the shop, but scoring wise, we're missing everything, right? And that's kind of, it's kind of bad because we are still a little behind in content. Like towers, I'm fine with town, like what they did with towers. So there is a chance that they will do with what they did with towers with Final Boss reruns, to where if enough people bring it up, we will actually, you know, we could legitimately actually get all the Final Boss reruns along with, you know, besides the legend ones, right? Which would be really helpful. Because this new legend Final Boss mode is horrid. I'm gonna say outright horrid. It's bad. It's legitimately not a good mode. It's not a good replacement for what originally was Final Boss reruns, right? It's not. Because if you didn't know, Final Boss Legend is the new Final Boss rerun that we're gonna be having, right? And there's no scoring. The 30 gems is gone. Anything that you could get in scoring is gone. All of that, right? So I want to pull up the rewards so we can actually see them, right? So these rerun rewards, right? We get 35 here. We get 10 of the SR pendants, 10 of these crystals, 5 of each of these. We get a costume, 200 anvils, 10 hammers, 10 UR stones, 3 SSR pendants. This is no longer a thing in Final Boss reruns, right? In new Final Bosses, obviously, it's still there. But when it comes to reruns, all these rewards right here are missing. They're just gone, right? In this new version, you get what, like 3 to 4 diamonds here by doing missions. You just get a few diamonds here doing missions. First clear awards, you get this right here. It's costume set, and then here's the exchange shop rewards. And if you can see in the exchange shop, I don't know if they legitimately removed it in game because I didn't see it in game, but I don't know if that's just because I owned it already. But there's no Final Boss King outfit here. It's not in score because there's no score. It's not here in the exchange shop. It's just gone. And that's a full UR set, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's a full UR set. So that's kind of bad. And then, of course, them removing the 35 gems. And then, of course, they removed they didn't put these in the shop either. These aren't in the shop either. You know, these weren't in the shop. I mean, the original ones that were there are, but not the ones from there, right? Because, like, if you go over here, the only thing that was in the shop is that... Oh, oops. If you look here, what got put in the shop, we see we already had the hammers there from before, right? But the anvils got put in the shop, of course. And so did the SR pendants, like 3 of them. But the rest of these aren't here. Like, the rest of the stuff that I got extra is not in the shop. As you can see here. Like, the difference between this and this. And, of course, on here we have cosmetic materials, but in this rerun we don't. It's just that there are significant downsides doing this. I haven't even talked about the difficulty yet. Because Final Boss King is not a difficult event. But Legends, he legitimately hits really, really hard. And he has a lot more HP, a lot more defense, a lot more stats and everything, right? And you need 220,000 CC to go first in this event. And think about with Final Boss King, he usually almost guarantees has 3-star cards, the golden cards all the time, and it usually gets its ult in second turn. So not going first is a very, very big disadvantage. So, number one, you need high CC, you need high built units. The diamonds are gone. The costume is gone. We don't have the extra hammers we would normally get from here. We don't have the extra pendants, right? No, we're not pendants. Not extra pendants. The costumes shit we don't have. We don't have the diamonds. It's just a bad thing. I just want to make sure everyone knows about this, because knowing that this could potentially be what's going to happen in global. Like before, it's understandable that no one made a big fuss, because like before we had Legends, we were like, oh well, I mean, if we don't have the reruns right now, when we get closer, we're gonna be getting all the reruns JP gets, and JP gets a lot of final bosses and everything. That's what's going. We're gonna be getting all these final bosses JP gets and everything. We may be a month behind, but we're still gonna get them fairly quickly, right? And so they have them continuously going on. We're gonna get them, but with this new Legends mode, all those reruns that we missed can now potentially we just might not get. And potentially, what I'm saying it's guaranteed. Well, I'm not saying it's guaranteed because of what Global did with the towers. That is something to note, that with the towers and everything, if you didn't know, go over the tower and everything, what they decided to do, we go back to the dev notes, is that they made it to where all the towers, the new one and the old one, are going to be running simultaneously, right? So if we go back and look at these, right? So they're saying that the old tower will be running along with the new tower, starting with, you know, in a few days, right? Because it'll start on this next update. That's when it first starts. And that's what they stated here in these dev notes, was that they're going to run alongside each other, because everyone complained because of all the rewards we were missing. And there's a legitimate gap in the rewards between this and this that are fairly good, because these gems are the most important thing here, along with the costumes. These gems for free-to-play players are insanely useful, especially since top 60%, top 50%, that's insanely easy to get. Like, you could get top 50% very easily. 60%, you can get top 60% like it's nothing. Like, in all honesty, top 60% is not hard to get on any final boss, even Escanor. Because Escanor, you can go to a lower difficulty, like extreme or even normal, even the low stuff, you can still get top 60%. It's legitimately that easy to get that high of a score that you needed to get the gems. So the gems were never a hassle for many people to get. So taking out those gems is just bad, right? And then, of course, you know, obviously taking out the extra hammers we would get. And then, of course, there's no SR pendants here. There's SSR, but not SR. And then, of course, we're obviously missing these extra blue stones, which, you know, in Global, as we know, they took out the infinite way, the grind them, of course. There was no scoreboard like this. There was just small amount of diamonds you can get, like that, like 3 or 4 diamonds. I don't remember the exact amount. And then, of course, we're also missing these 5-star ones. Of course, 6-star ones are really good, but just getting these 5-star ones is just it's strawberry on the cake. It's on the top, right? It's icing on the cake. Just a little, it's just not needed, but it makes it better, right? And of course, the costume's not here. I just want to make sure everyone knows about this and what potentially could happen. I really hope the Global treats this like the towers and they run them both simultaneously so we still get the old rewards. But I very much doubt that. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next video. Bye bye.